Imagining the unthinkable, the end of America. The notion of America's demise, once confined to the fringes of dystopian fiction, has increasingly seeped into mainstream discourse. While the United States remains a global superpower, the idea of its decline or even collapse is no longer unthinkable. This essay explores the potential pathways and consequences of such a transformation, drawing parallels from history's fallen giants while acknowledging the speculative nature of such predictions. The purpose of this exploration is not to predict the future with certainty, but to understand the forces at play and the potential ramifications should America's global dominance wane. It is a thought experiment, a way to grapple with the complex challenges facing the nation and the world at large. We must approach this topic with a balance of skepticism and open-mindedness. To deny the possibility of decline is to ignore the lessons of history, but to assume its inevitability is to underestimate America's resilience and capacity for reinvention. The aim is to engage in a nuanced discussion, avoiding alarmist rhetoric while acknowledging the very real challenges that lie ahead. By examining potential scenarios, we can better understand the stakes involved and the choices that will shape America's future. Empires of yesterday, lessons from history's graveyard. History is replete with examples of once mighty empires that crumbled under their own weight or succumbed to external pressures. From the Roman Empire to the British Empire, the rise and fall of great powers offer valuable insights into the dynamics of decline and the potential pitfalls that even the most dominant nations face. The Roman Empire, for centuries the undisputed master of the Mediterranean world, gradually succumbed to a combination of internal decay and external pressures. Overexpansion, political instability, economic woes, and barbarian invasions all contributed to its eventual collapse. Similarly, the British Empire, which once spanned the globe, saw its influence diminish in the aftermath of World War II. The rise of nationalism in its colonies, coupled with economic challenges at home, led to a gradual dismantling of its imperial holdings. These historical examples underscore the transient nature of power and the importance of adaptability in the face of changing circumstances. No empire, no matter how vast or seemingly invincible, is immune to the forces of history. The lessons for America are clear. Complacency is dangerous, internal divisions can be fatal, and the international order is in constant flux. To maintain its position, the United States must learn from the mistakes of its predecessors and adapt to the evolving global landscape. Paths to decline. Cracks in the foundation. While predicting the future is a fool's errand, several potential pathways could lead to America's decline. These include socio-political fragmentation, economic collapse, and a loss of global power and influence. Socio-political polarization, fueled by partisan gridlock and social divisions, poses a significant threat to America's unity and ability to govern effectively. A fractured society, unable to find common ground on fundamental issues, is more likely to succumb to internal strife and external challenges. Economic instability, marked by unsustainable debt, income inequality, and a decline in manufacturing, could weaken America's foundations and erode its global standing. A nation grappling with internal economic woes is less equipped to project power abroad or maintain its position as a global economic leader. The rise of other global powers such as China also presents challenges to America's preeminence. As other nations grow in economic and military might, the United States will face increasing competition for resources, influence, and leadership on the world stage. These potential pathways to decline are not mutually exclusive, but rather interconnected and mutually reinforcing. A decline in one area can exacerbate problems in others, creating a vicious cycle that is difficult to break free from. A world without America global repercussions. The decline of American power would have profound consequences for the global order, impacting everything from geopolitics and finance to culture and scientific innovation. In a world without a dominant America, the international system would likely become more multipolar, with various regional powers vying for influence. This could lead to greater instability and conflict as nations adjust to a more fluid and uncertain global landscape. The global financial system, long underpinned by the US dollar, would undergo a significant transformation. Other currencies, such as the euro or the Chinese yuan, could gain prominence, leading to a more fragmented and potentially less stable financial order. American cultural influence, which has permeated the globe through music, film, and other forms of soft power, would likely wane. Other cultures would have more space to assert themselves, leading to a more diverse but potentially less cohesive global cultural landscape. Scientific and technological leadership, an area where the United States has long excelled, could also be impacted. As other nations invest heavily in research and development, America's ability to maintain its edge in innovation may diminish, leading to a more competitive and potentially less dynamic global scientific community. The consequences of America's decline are far-reaching and difficult to predict with certainty. However, it is clear that such a transformation would have profound and lasting impacts on the global order. Section 5. Echoes of Empires Past, Parallels and Departures. While historical analogies are imperfect, comparing America's current trajectory with the decline of past empires reveals both parallels and crucial differences. Like Roman Britain before it, the United States faces challenges stemming from overextension, internal divisions, and the rise of competing powers. The warning signs are present, urging caution and a reassessment of strategic priorities. However, America's situation also diverges from historical precedents in significant ways. Unlike past empires built on colonial exploitation, the United States benefits from a more equitable relationship with its allies and trading partners. Moreover, America's decline is not predetermined by external forces, but rather shaped by internal choices and policy decisions. The future remains unwritten, and the path forward depends on the actions taken today. The challenge lies in learning from history without being imprisoned by it. Recognizing the mistakes of the past can guide present actions, but it should not lead to fatalistic resignation. America's fate is not sealed, it is a story still being written. Section 6. Holding on factors against complete collapse. Despite the challenges, several factors suggest that a complete collapse of American power is not inevitable. The United States possesses inherent strengths and advantages that could mitigate decline and enable it to navigate the turbulent waters ahead. America's innovative spirit, entrepreneurial culture, and ability to attract talent from around the world remain unparalleled. This dynamism, if nurtured and unleashed, could fuel economic growth and technological innovation, securing America's position as a global leader. The United States also benefits from a robust civil society, a strong rule of law, and a deep commitment to democratic values. These institutions, while imperfect, provide a foundation for stability and self-correction, allowing the country to address its challenges and adapt to changing circumstances. Moreover, America's network of alliances and partnerships across the globe provides a strategic advantage that few other nations can match. These relationships, built on shared values and interests, offer a bulwark against isolationism and enhance America's ability to project influence and shape the global agenda. While the road ahead will be fraught with challenges, these strengths provide grounds for cautious optimism. America's future is not predetermined, it is a story still being written, and the choices made today will determine the course of events for generations to come. Section 7, An Uncertain Future Navigating Uncharted Waters. The future of America remains uncertain, a tapestry woven from threads of possibility and peril. The choices made today by citizens, leaders, and institutions will determine whether the nation navigates the challenges ahead or succumbs to the forces of decline. Addressing internal divisions, fostering economic opportunity, and adapting to a changing global landscape are just some of the pressing tasks at hand. Success requires a renewed commitment to national unity, strategic foresight, and a willingness to embrace change. The path forward will demand difficult conversations, bold decisions, and a willingness to challenge long-held assumptions. It will require a recognition that the world is changing and that America must adapt to maintain its standing as a beacon of freedom, prosperity, and global leadership. The journey will not be easy, but the stakes are high. The future of America, and indeed the world, hangs in the balance. Section 8. The Global Impact, Ripples in the Pond. The potential decline of American power has profound implications for the global community. As the world adjusts to a new reality, the ripples of change will be felt far and wide. International cooperation, long championed by the United States, could falter as nations prioritize their own interests in a more fragmented world. The absence of a global leader could create vacuums that fuel instability and conflict. The fight against climate change, already facing an uphill battle, could suffer a significant setback without American leadership and resources. The consequences of inaction would be felt globally, underscoring the interconnectedness of our world. The rise of technological innovation, while offering immense potential, also presents new challenges. Without a clear framework for governance and cooperation, the rapid advancement of artificial intelligence, cyber warfare, and other technologies could exacerbate existing inequalities and create new sources of tension. Navigating these challenges requires a collective effort, with nations working together to forge a new era of global cooperation. The decline of American power, while significant, should not be seen as the end of the story, but rather as a catalyst for a new chapter in human history. The Section 9. Conclusion: a time of transformation. The idea of America's end, while unsettling, serves as a potent reminder of the impermanence of power and the need for constant adaptation. We stand at a crossroads, facing a future fraught with both challenges and opportunities. The choices made today will determine the course of events for generations to come. Will America succumb to the forces of decline, or will it find a way to renew itself and lead the world into a new era of peace, prosperity, and shared progress? The answer lies not in predicting the future, but in shaping it. It demands a collective effort, a recommitment to the values that have long defined America, and a willingness to embrace the challenges and opportunities of a changing world. The end of America, as we know it, is not inevitable, but its transformation is. The question is not whether America will change, but how. And that is a question for all of us to answer.